Hey, brand DIYers, it is Mark here again, and today is brand DIY in action. As you know, every Thursday we are bringing aboard a brand DIYer who has a very specific challenge that we were apprised of because they put their hand up on the site and said, hey, can you guys help with this? And this week I've got a great one. Her name is Monna Tang. And she has a company called My Aromatic Life. And she has a very specific challenge that we're going to get into in a second. But first, Monna, welcome. And thanks for doing this.
Oh, I'm glad to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
No, it's awesome. I think, you know what? You have got a challenge that I spotted right away as something that I get asked about a lot.
Oh, okay. I'm not the only one.
Yeah. Oh, no. I think if we can help you, I think there's going to be a ton of brand DIYers who have exactly the same challenge, and they'll be able to learn too. So I think it's an awesome thing you're doing. Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Awesome. So who are you? Give us some background. Tell us about how you got here.
Okay, it's not a change this year. I'm a CPA. I'm a certified, a public accountant, and so I was in the finance area for a long time. I was doing planning analysis, helping the company to analyze their results based on the financial release. So this year, earlier this year, my father passed away. And it kind of triggered me. I want to be doing something different because I want to be this. I have this passion. I always want to. I like nature. I like helping people. So I want to get into. I did a study my aromatherapy. I become a certified aromatherapist a while ago, and I want to develop a product, a service to helping other people who are in my same shoes, who deal with the corporate world with a lot of stress. I've been working really hard nonstop. I just felt like I don't really have time to take care of myself, and I want to live a more meaningful life. So I think that this would be a good chance for me to actually to do something according to my passion, which is to help other people in a similar situation who is a career woman or man or entrepreneur who are always busy in the Zoom meeting, in the Sky meetings. They can use some help using natural wellness product to help them to freshen up, to recharge between healthy family.
How did you find the transition? You said, you know what, heck with this. I'm going to stop being a CPA. I'm going to go be an aromatherapist. How was that transition?
It's huge. It's a big switch. Really, it's a big switch because as an accountant, everything, I like to have plan. I need to have forecasts. Everything is like according to, you kind of try to be in control, right? I need to be planning for next quarter, next year. But this to go to aromatherapist, I'm studying get to the nature. There's just so many things in the nature I don't know. I need to study, I need to learn. But it's my interest, so I don't mind to learn. I don't mind spending time, but it's not in the plan. It's not like everything is, I can figure out early what's going to be like this next year or to be a entrepreneur. Nothing is really planned. So I need to be dealing with uncertainty. I need to learn how to be, get to the as an aromatherapist, but as also I like the fact is I can get in touch with people, to talk to people, get to understand what's their problem. As accountant, I also help people solve problems in the financial side, but this is more like a personal thing. Yeah.
It's funny because I've been doing this for a long time. I had my own, I worked for a huge corporation, many huge corporations. And then I started my own ad agency. It was all about sustainability because it was my passion. And then I sold that and I went on my own as a consultant. So I've been on my own for, a long time now. But it never really stops, that uncertainty, because suddenly you go, well, what decision should I make? And there's nobody there.
Yeah.
And that's why I always find it helpful for entrepreneurs to talk to other entrepreneurs, because what you discover is everybody is having the same problems and challenges. And you go, oh, thank God.
Yes, I echo that because when in the corporate world, I have a team. I talk to the manager, I talk to other team member. We discuss how to solve things, but being entrepreneur is all on your own. But then at the same time, there's a lot of resources like yourself. When I post my question, you jump in to help me, and just I feel so grateful. There's just so many people out there. I just don't see them, but I feel like I'm by myself, but it's not. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's why I started Brand DIY, because what I'm seeing, I mean, I started this, oh geez, I think right around the last financial crash, 2012, something like that.
Oh.
And there were a lot of people being thrown out of corporations then. And so
Mm,
I quit, but I saw a lot of people being thrown out and they were not equipped to be on their
mm,
own. And today, I think it's even crazier. I think a lot of people are going, wait, this is stupid. Why am I working for this company that hates me? You know, because all they're trying to
mm.
do is pay me less and make me work more. So they obviously must hate me and they want to replace me with a robot. And so they're
Yeah.
going on their own, and then they go, oh, now what? So it's so nice to, to
Yeah.
hear from you, your experiences, things like that. Now,
Mm-hmm.
aromatherapy, we're going to get to the challenge in a second here, but
Mm-hmm.
the field that you're in, this is important.
Yeah.
The field that you're in is very busy. There's a lot of competition.
Yes,
Yes or
it
no?
is. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I can see, especially even now, I think everybody talking about self-care and is a very hot topic. And
Mm-hmm.
there's just so many, and it's very, I think it's accessible. A lot of people kind of can relate to and can start doing, they want to develop product. They want to, it just, is like you said, it's very busy, very competitive market.
Mm-hmm.
That is why one of my big challenges, how I can stand out like in
Mm-hmm.
this competitive aromatherapy or natural wellness world. What made my brand different than the other people? And this one of my homework is to find out my niche market, who I
Mm-hmm.
serve, like who I try to solve, whose problem, what problem. That's something I'm still kind of working
Okay.
on. Yeah.
Okay. So now I'm going to let the cat out of the bag. Now I'm going to let
Mm,
everybody know that the challenge that you have, you said, what should be the company name? What should be the brand name? Are they
yeah.
the same thing? Are they different things? So
Right.
so just so everybody knows, that is the challenge that you pose. Now I'm gonna do something very different here for you. Are you
Oh,
ready?
okay.
It's an
Yes.
adventure.
Different my
All
venture.
right.
Okay, I like that.
It's a very crowded field. We've established that. I know it's a
Yeah.
crowded field.
Yeah.
You have already said something very important. I want to establish what my niche market is.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any idea what your niche market could be?
I I am thinking, but I haven't really, I'm supposed to send out a survey to get some feedback. But I'm in my mind, because I'm using myself. I'm used to be a really busy and like a career woman. I don't have time to take care of myself, and family demanding, also take care of family as a caregiver for my mom, and just so many things on a different level. I'm thinking my ideal customer will be someone like similar to my background,
Mhm.
which I can relate to. I can help them, like
Mhm.
to just live a life not just about work. Like can
Mhm.
also, I want to create like a spa feel at home. You don't have to go to a spa. You don't have time to go to a spa, but you
Mhm.
can do something like at home, just something like using some functional product, like something you can, easy to, simple, basic, but you can help you. You don't have to spend a lot of effort to do it. Yeah,
Okay.
so that's what I'm thinking, but I'm not sure I haven't tested the market. I haven't asked people. Like, I
Mhm.
don't know. That's what people want.
Well, see, here's what I find is really helpful.
Mm,
Let's forget the name thing for a second.
okay. Yeah.
Where I always start when I don't know how to create the right niche market,
Mm,
I go out and I talk to people who have given me money,
mm,
or the sort of people I think who are going to give me money. If you haven't created any product yet, you might already have an idea of who might buy your stuff.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
probably do.
Yeah. I
Women like
do.
yourself.
Yeah. Like myself.
You.
Like to spend money. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I start with that and I ask them some questions. I say, what are you looking for?
Mm,
Where does it hurt? Is there something that's missing? Simple questions like that. And they go, yeah, you know what? I'm in the office. I'm under a lot of stress. I have a family, that lives with me. And with COVID, there's a lot of stress there.
Yeah.
And I really wish that there was a little corner I could go to and just decompress. And I wish there were some products that I could take there with me. I'm just making this up.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they will tell you stuff.
So
And
just go out and ask people, like ask people, ask friends,
yeah,
ask coworkers.
they use a fancy word for it. They call it research.
Yeah.
But it is as simple as going to people and going, where does it hurt? What's missing?
Yeah.
What do you think that looks like? What would you do to fix that?
Yeah.
And in your case, you might ask another question. You might say, is there anything that comes to mind? A name, a feeling, a picture, anything like that? And if you ask, usually when I do interview research, I ask between 10 and 20 people these questions. If you ask one, it might be crazy response.
Yeah.
Or it might be perfect response, but you don't know because it's only one.
Yeah.
If you ask 10, 15, you're going to go, okay, there was a couple of crazy people, a couple of people who didn't really know, but there were 10 of them.
Yeah.
Really smart. So, you're going to get to a good place if you start to ask about 10, 15, 20 people these questions. Where does it hurt? What's wrong? What are you missing?
Yeah.
What could you use?
Yeah.
What does that look like? Is there a name that you would call this? Anything that, what that would really make you smile? Now, there's another thing.
Okay.
When you want to go to a niche and you go, I am feeling the problem. I want to help other people like me. You've already given me a couple of clues. Okay, you're a woman.
Yeah.
You have money to spend. Chances are you were in a high stress situation. All right. So my field is getting narrower and narrower.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume you're Hong Kong Chinese.
Yeah.
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 Okay. So I used to live in Hong Kong, and
right.
so there's a whole bunch of stuff that you could bring in there. You go, okay, I'm aiming this just at Hong Kong Chinese women because I know there's a lot of stress that they have that people, North American, non-Hong Kong women don't understand. So you narrow it down even more.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying that Hong Kong women living in Canada and the Pacific Northwest are the only people, but it's a very, very strong, lucrative group to start with. Now, that also then leads me to, all right, if these are the stresses that a Hong Kong Chinese woman living in Canada or Washington or Oregon or California feels, are there any things that would bring them comfort from Hong Kong? So, I mean, I'm just an outsider, but right away, I think of things like Victoria Park Tai Chi. I think of the stress balls. I think of the birds. I think of Tiger Balm. I think of things like, comfort, things like that.
Yeah.
I think of, things where you go, a familiarity, a sense of something. Now, is there a name in there that brings comfort? Is there something there? My Aromatic Life? Maybe. Maybe not, though. Maybe there's something that where you go, ever since I was a little kid, I remember there was this one word that we always used to use, which was, relax or something like that. Or don't take the world so seriously. Or, it's time for a shift. Or is there a name or a thing in that? So you've got My Aromatic Life. Great. Let's use that. But maybe there's another name.
Okay. But you are talking about, think about based on geographic, like Hong Kong Chinese people. But I want my product to be more broad. I don't want to just serve a section of people.
Okay. Hold on now.
I want to,
Let me get to that.
Yeah.
Because now, what would happen if you were to sell this to Hong Kong Chinese women or Asian women who are under a uniquely stressful situation, I believe.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. And you start selling to them and you say, okay, they're buying. Great. They're buying. Then what you do, the next step is once people are buying this who are in a very stressful situation and they're liking it, the next thing you do, you look at everybody else and you say, these guys are the most stressed out of all. You know what their secret is? My stuff. So what you do, the first people you create a very strong resonance with, that they go, I'm like you. I know what you're doing. I know how it feels. This stuff works for me. It might work for you. Small target audience.
Okay.
They like it. Then you sell it to more. So you don't just go Hong Kong Chinese, you go all Chinese or all Asian women. Still a very tight market, and they get it. They get where your head's at. So they go, she's like me.
I see.
If she invented this, I would probably like this. And the name also reflects something that I feel.
Right.
You know, maybe it's my aromatic life, but maybe there is another word for it. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then once it's working for Asian women, then you open it up to other women and you go, do you want to know what the most stressed out women in the world use to de-stress? They use whatever the name is. And then it's got what you're doing, you're selling it by saying, you should trust this because these women trust this.
I see.
So what we've done, we started out with a naming challenge.
Yeah.
And we pulled it back and go, is that even the name that you should use? And then we made it into a marketing challenge where you target and go, instead of fighting a war with so many other aromatherapy companies, narrow it down, make it very tight, your focus, so that you can buy it, try it, love it, trust it, and then you use them to sell it to more people. And you know, you go very tight, so you're not competing with anyone.
True. So that means my name can come later. Like, should I just focus on getting the niche market figured out first?
I would, you know, you can call it My Aromatic Life. If that's the name that you've already got, great. Go with My Aromatic Life. But talk to 10 or 15 Hong Kong Chinese women. Ask them, would you buy something like this? What would you like? Would you like a special holder? Would you like a special color? Would you like anything? Is there a name that you think really works in Chinese, in Cantonese? You know, is there a name that works? And then we come back and we go, okay, in Cantonese, the idea is morning flower or something like whatever that concept is. Doesn't mean anything to me, but it means a lot to a Hong Kong Chinese woman. They just get it. That this name or concept or bird or flower means calm down. If there's something like that, or ritual, it means calm down. So that the name suddenly telegraphs, this is a product about calming down.
Can I use that for product name? Like I can keep my company name as My Aromatic Life, but then I can come up something like that for like tailor relaxing product for Chinese women, using that as something.
If you need to license your company, if you need to register your company, you can call it whatever you want.
Okay.
And then what it is, it's on a bottle and it says something, whatever the name will be. Right at the bottom it says, by My Aromatic Life Limited.
Okay.
You know?
So, but that if I need to, so I need to register a company or the name, then do I need to trademark the company name or the product name?
I would start with a company name, even though, I mean, when I sold my company, I retained the numbered company. So I sold basically my identity, but I retained the company, the tax registration. And it was a numbered company. They said, what do you want to call it? I said, Mark Stoiber Enterprises. Stupidest name in the whole wide world, but that's all I could think of. So I kept it Mark Stoiber Enterprises, and it's stuck. And it's not a good name because it doesn't tell anybody anything about what I offer. So it's a bad name. My Aromatic Life, if you want to register a company, good name. Because it says that you create all the stuff in somebody's life that is about aroma and healing.
But do I need to trademark it? Like
No,
I'm reading information. I don't know because
no.
I was on a beauty brand boot camp, and they say if you're gonna create a product, first thing you need to should be trademark your name, like the brand name.
Mm-hmm.
So, but then I don't know. Should I do that?
I wouldn't start with that.
Yeah.
What that is, what you're doing, you're spending a whole lot of time, attention, and potentially money on something that you might
Yeah.
discover has to change very
Yeah.
quickly. So if you want to call your
Oh, I
company Monna
see.
Tang
Yes.
Limited, call it that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
call it
Mm-hmm,
Vancouver
mm-hmm. Yeah.
Aroma Holdings Limited, whatever you want to call it. Like, just register a name
Mm.
for now,
Yeah.
and so that when somebody writes you a
Yeah.
check,
Yeah.
that it goes to the company.
Yeah.
And then ask
Okay.
people, what do you think? What do you think?
Mm.
I'm thinking of calling it this. Do you think that's a good name? I'm thinking of calling it that. Is that a good name? What do you
Yeah.
think? What
Yeah.
what makes you smile?
Mm.
What makes you
Right.
remember?
Mm.
And let people tell you. And then
Mm. Okay.
only thing I would do at this point is just get
Mm.
the web URL. So if you find out that the product should be called uh, you know, Asian Calm,
Mm.
or Calm for Hong Kong Women, or I don't know what, Beautiful Flower. I don't know what you want to call it.
Mm.
If you find out that that's the name of your product,
Jasmine or something.
Jasmine,
Yeah.
Jasmine
Yeah.
Calm or something, that's going to be the
Mm.
product. Then what you do, you go to
Yeah.
GoDaddy, you register
Yeah.
jasminecalm.com, calm.com
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
.ca.
Yeah.
So at least you
Yeah.
have something. Now,
Yeah.
the only time you really need to worry about a product
Yeah.
is if you start to be successful. I would
Yeah.
assume that the first few products, you're an entrepreneur, I would
Mm.
assume that the first few products you try
Mm.
might not be successful. So
Mm-hmm.
you don't want to spend 10
Gonna be try. Yeah. It's trial and
trademarking
error.
a damn name that then doesn't work. So just get the web
Yeah.
URL right
Yeah.
now, jasminecalm.ca.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right.
Don't
But when
don't worry so much.
originally I said my name, my company name is, yeah.
You can call
Yeah.
it My
The
Aromatic
URL,
Life.
because originally I thought, okay, yeah, that's the thing. So that's the company name URL, not the brand name URL,
Yeah,
not the product name
yeah.
URL. Because originally I thought, okay, I want to call my company My Aromatic Life. Then I found out aromaticlife.com is already being taken.
Mm-hmm.
So so I can now use that because someone's already bought
Okay.
the domain name as
Mm-hmm.
www.myaromaticlife.com. So you're suggesting, when I post my question on the Facebook, you're suggesting you can tweak the URL and make it like livemyaromaticlife.com.
Well,
That's your original
if there's another
suggestion.
company that has
So
registered
yeah,
myaromaticlife.com, I would,
yeah.
that is
I
one
think they
thing.
bought a domain
If you
name. I
think the
don't,
company should be
yeah,
called myaromaticlife.com, then register it and do a registry search to see if anybody has used that name
yeah.
already. If,
I
but no,
searched that in Canada, I don't see any people use that name for company name yet. It's just the domain name is being taken. Yeah.
okay, well, you got a little bit of trouble, because if the domain name is already taken, you're
Yeah.
going, I want my company to be called My Aromatic Life.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, I already got trouble. You got trouble before you
Mm-hmm.
even start, because somebody has taken the URL. Now, they might sell you the URL for $10,000,
Mm.
but you don't want that. So
But is it the URL has to be the same as the company name? Like, or when you suggest me to make a live my life aromatic.com, can I do that? But then my company registers my aromatic life.
yeah, sure. I mean, you
Mm.
can do anything really, as long
Mm.
as nobody else is using the name.
Yeah.
Use it. Register your company with it, like Mark Stoiber Enterprises Limited.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can register under that name, knowing that the products you put out there are going to be
Yeah.
called something different.
Mm.
So all I'm saying is, don't spend too much time
Yeah.
worrying at this point, because
Mm.
as an entrepreneur, the one thing I can guarantee you, and a
Yeah.
DIYer, you
Yeah.
are going to be moving fast.
Mm. Yeah.
And the one thing
Yeah.
about trademark, I would
Yeah.
worry about trademark when things start to get successful.
Oh, I see.
Right
Okay.
now, you
So
don't
don't need to
have any
worry.
success. Try
Yeah.
this, try
Uh,
that, try this,
okay.
try that.
Trying. Okay.
No
Yeah.
success, some success, no success, lots of success. Aha, this one is
Ah,
selling. This one
yeah.
is doing good. I'm
Yeah.
going to register the name. Oh, I can't use that name? Okay, I'm going to register another name. I'm going to
Ah,
spend
okay.
$5,000 or $1,000
Mm,
doing a trademark search, doing a lawyer thing.
yeah.
Cross that bridge once you have a minimum viable product. Minimum, that means you haven't
Mm-hmm.
spent a lot of money on it.
Yeah.
Viable means people like it.
Okay.
Is your first product.
I see. So that's
So
the
don't
process.
focus too much attention on
Mm,
things that aren't important now,
yeah.
like the name. Make it so
Yeah.
you understand your target market.
Yeah.
Hong Kong Chinese women under a lot of stress living in Canada,
Mm,
Washington, Oregon, California.
mm,
And what are they looking for? Where does it
mm,
hurt? What
yeah.
sort of a solution would they like?
Mm-hmm.
Are there any metaphors, any ideas where they go, oh, this, when I was a little girl, I remember that, this was the thing that
Mm,
used to calm me down. Is there anything like that? Use that information, then go, my
mm,
aromatic life was kind of a dumb name. I should have been calling it Morning Bird or something like that.
mm.
But let people tell you
Yeah.
what they
Yeah.
think the name would be, and you might find, oh man, good thing I didn't spend $5,000 trademarking a name and doing all that other stuff, because I totally
Mm.
changed. And that's the nature of being an entrepreneur.
Oh, I see. Okay, that's totally different than what I'm
Yeah.
thinking earlier,
So
because I,
I've done
well,
it.
everything I have to make it, I thought, oh, I have to get the name
No,
first, then I can do the other things.
no,
Okay.
no,
Yeah.
it's a very 1980s, 1990s pre-internet way of thinking. And I did
Mm,
it myself. When I started my company, I
yeah.
started with a business plan.
Ah,
And I said, I'm going to do this and this and this and this and
yeah.
this. And what I
Yeah.
found out later was that everything that I was planning was
Mm,
really boring and stupid. But in the 1980s, you would plan the whole thing at the
mm,
launch. And what's
mm,
beautiful now about the internet and
yeah.
talking to people and trying things out and, different packaging, different smells, you can make stuff a lot faster, which means you
Yeah.
can try stuff. Uh-oh, didn't work. Try another thing.
Yes.
Uh-oh, didn't work.
Switch.
Try something, didn't
Mm-hmm.
work.
Yeah.
And that is the way that you get to success. So don't
Mm-hmm.
try to lay a huge foundation,
Yeah.
because you might find, just like I did, that
Yeah.
you waste a lot of money and time.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah.
That's
That's good
exactly what I
advice,
did.
because I was thinking to talk to a trademark specialist today. I think
No,
I got to save a lot of time, like, the money from talking to them.
save
Yeah.
money. Make something first
Mm,
that your market loves.
yeah.
That's what you gotta do first.
Okay. Those are the focus.
And
Okay.
the way to do that is
Mm-hmm.
to talk to your market. Say,
Yeah.
what do you want?
Yeah.
Let them
Yeah.
tell you, because they will
Yeah.
tell you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
That's true.
then
That's
and
what
then
I'm going
make
to do.
and then
Yeah.
make it and let them try it.
Yeah.
And if they
Yeah.
try it and they want to buy it, then say, what would you call it? Let them tell you what
Mm.
they'd call it.
Oh, I
And
see.
then once they tell you what they would call it, then check to see if you can
Mm-hmm.
get that URL.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if a lot of them buy it,
Yeah.
then you set up a landing page for it,
Mm-hmm.
so they can go to buy it. You set up a Shopify site or something like that where
Yeah.
they can go buy it.
Yeah.
And then if it's really successful, then you
Yeah.
trademark it so nobody can steal the name from you.
Right, right. So when I make the product and give my friend or people to try, I still need to name the product, right? I mean, I just come up with any name,
I
just,
would call it Mona's Secret right now.
That's a
Mona's
good name.
Secret product, or call it Product X.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Call it
Yeah. Yeah.
that for now. And then
Yeah.
just say, I need a name for it. What would you call it? What does it
Right.
remind you of?
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's good idea. I can try that way. Yeah.
It's a wonderful idea. If you can create a name that when somebody closes their eyes and they smell
Mm,
your product, they go, oh,
yeah.
it smells like, well, that's
Mm,
the name.
yeah. Yeah. Let them tell me.
Let them tell you what the
Yeah.
name is. And
Yeah.
they'll say some stupid stuff, but if you
Yeah.
talk to enough people,
Yeah.
you'll get a name. I can guarantee it.
Mm,
And it won't be
okay.
what you expected.
Yeah,
Guarantee
but,
that
but
thing.
my aromatic life kind of already stuck in my mind. That's
I know.
something I really like it. But,
I know.
so
That's the way it is.
Yeah.
That's the way it is. But we live in a very fortunate time in that we can try and change things very quickly.
Mm.
And so take advantage of that. Old school thinking, the sort of thinking that I started
Mm.
in this business in,
Yeah.
is you make something until it's finished
Yeah.
and then you launch it. And if it's stupid, just launch it harder. And
Mm.
that's not the way to success. It's
Yeah.
put the very minimum amount of effort and money into something to try,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
feedback,
Yeah.
try, feedback,
Feedback. Okay.
back and
Get a
forth
lot of,
and back and
need to
forth.
get a lot of feedbacks first.
Get a
Okay.
lot of feedback, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and do that. And you can do it pretty quickly, you know.
Mm. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not saying this is a 5-year thing. You got to make money.
Yeah. I don't want to wait too
Well,
long.
no, but do it in the right order and you'll
Yeah,
make money a lot quicker.
that's true. But yeah, that's good. Like the totally kind of changed my thinking now.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, then I'll consider this a success and
Yep.
I will post this video up on our site and you're going to be
Okay.
helping a lot of people.
Yeah, I'm glad I can share my experience with other people who can relate. Yeah.
Awesome, Mona. Thank you
Hey,
very
thank
much and you
you.
have yourself a great day. Let me know.
Yeah,
Keep us posted. Keep posting
I
on
will.
BrandDIY so
I
everybody
will.
can see how you're
Yeah.
doing.
Okay, sounds good. Have
Talk
a
to
nice
ya.
day. Talk to
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Bye.